First on Fox, imagine losing a family member in a hit and run, and 2 years later, the person believed to be responsible remains free, even after investigators tell you they have a suspect in mind, but they can't make that arrest.
That is the frustration facing the family of 49-year-old Robert Colantonio. He was left to die on I-75. In Your Corner investigator Stephanie Tinoco discovering the road to justice in this case faces several obstacles.
A knock on the door shattered Jennifer Colantonio's heart into pieces.
2 state troopers and a detective showed up at the house and told us what had happened.
Her father, 49-year-old Robert Colantonio, was struck by a car and left to die on the highway near Bonita Springs.
For the first few months, I felt like he was gonna walk through the door any day, and he didn't.
Since that day 2 years ago, detectives believe they've identified her father's killer.
We know who was operating the vehicle. We know where that vehicle is at. We know how that vehicle got fixed. We know the events that led up to it.
But arresting the driver hasn't been easy. This investigative report reveals detectives found Naples resident Helen Intile owns the car. She first told detectives her car was struck near the Coastland Mall on January 3rd, 2015. Keep in mind, this is the same date Colantonio died in Bonita Springs. Out of a panic, Intile says she left the scene. She didn't call police or file a police report, but she did file a claim with Allstate to get her car fixed immediately. The report states Intile later admitted to troopers her grandson, Michael Stefanelli, was driving her car that night. She says Michael told her a car hit him, but he asked her not to file a police report. But when detectives tried getting her to provide a recorded sworn statement, Intile stopped talking and said she wanted to speak with her attorney first. Leslie Colantonio is Robert's widow.
The question I have is, what is the legal loophole? I mean, it seems to me like there's enough evidence to go after him.
Detectives reached out to Allstate and found an agent didn't ask for a crash report before authorizing repairs because their grandmother was extremely believable in her account of the damages.
Are you surprised the insurance company didn't ask for additional paperwork?
Yeah.
In the report, the investigator says he believes Miss Intile filed a false report concerning the hit-and-run crash and that this false claim caused the intentional destruction of evidence. And even so, Allstate wouldn't release Intile's file containing her recorded statement about the hit-and-run near Coastland Center. I tried to get Allstate's side of the story, but a spokesperson told me they cannot comment on the matter.
You would think that you'd want to cover yourself too, as far as what you're required to do by law, and to not ask for anything is very, very strange.
Janice Caruthers is a criminal defense attorney. I asked her about Allstate's actions in this case.
They may be liable to pay the family of the deceased more money if her initial statement were released to law enforcement, and that's probably why they're not cooperating.
What I'm getting is justice is not being served all because of money, in other words.
Pretty much, that's what it seems like it's coming down to in this case.
Whatever it comes down to, there's a family gripped with pain, knowing their father's killer is still out there.
I believe that they'll be able to put him behind bars, even though it's taken a long time.
I've also reached out multiple times over the past 3 weeks to Intel's attorney to get their comment on this case. I have not yet heard back. In the studio, Stephanie Tinoco, Fox 4 in your corner.